Hi there, this is Chris Chaffin at Motor Legends. Today I want to talk to you about a new pant from Belstaff. Now there's been a Poplar pant in the Belstaff range for a few years, but that was a jean, that was a denim pant. This is a chino. Anyway, if you like what you see, please don't forget, subscribe and like. As a modern name or designation, the Poplar has been in the Belstaff range for quite a few years now. But until this new chino version was introduced this year, in other words 2024, it's always been a denim pant, in other words a jean. Poplar was always a fairly straight leg jean, or I think a very straight leg jean. It was a jean that we ended up taking people to here in the shop when we couldn't get them into a Roker jean. And there is a Roker straight leg jean, so this was certainly, the Poplar jean was the widest jean that we offered here in the shop. Certainly it was more of a Levi 501 fit than a Levi 511. This new chino is made from a mix of a stretch Cordura with polyamide for added strength. The result is a single layer trouser that, whilst heavier to wear than some, is still going to be pretty easy to wear. As a single layer pant, it's going to flow far more air than any kind of lined or Kevlar pant. Yet it has to be said that it's no lightweight. This is no lightweight affair. The pants have a certain heft to them, a certain substance. In terms of detail, they have what you might term a mid-rise, so not a low-rise jean. The fly is a zip fly. The front pockets here are standard jean pockets with a small change pocket there on the right pocket. At the rear, you get two standard unadorned wallet pockets. Poplar chino is rated AA under the industry abrasion test, the industry standard abrasion test, which is known as EN 17092. They come supplied, the Poplar chinos, with level 1 ghost in the knees and the hips. Now normally we would not, in a casual pant, recommend upgrading to level 2 ghost because it can be somewhat unsightly. But this chino here is of a certain weight. It probably means that you're not going to notice the armour. So if you were particularly cautious, if you wanted to upgrade to level 2, I don't think that's going to be a problem with a pant like this. Now, the weak part of many single layer jeans is often the system that is employed for carrying the armour. Nobody does that better than Roker. And what they do, in essence, they tape the armour pocket to the inside of the jean. So when you look inside the jean, you don't see a lining. Now the system used by Belstaff is not as neat. What they've done to hold the armour in place, they've sewn a full length lining down the front of the trouser, which of course is what a lot of people do. This does what it's meant to do. It will hold the armour in place, but it detracts from the pant's wearability because when you look inside the pants, you will see this lining down the front, and one doesn't expect to see that with a standard jean or a standard chino. We would have preferred a single layer pant, or we do always prefer a single layer pant without a lining, because even though it's only a cotton lining, that lining partially negates the benefits of going single layer in the first place. But I'm afraid that particular ship has sailed. The Poplar chino is lined from the waist down to just below the knee. One of the problems that we had with the Poplar jean in the past was that they only came in a single leg length. And at this end of the market and at this kind of price point, that really was not good enough. Roker jeans, for example, come in 4 different leg lengths. Well, the good news is that the Poplar chino now comes in 3 leg lengths, which is pretty good. And this is going to make it much more likely that we are going to be able to get the armour to sit in the correct position when you're on the bike. Now, the original Poplar jean was a popular jean, despite the leg length issue. But the new chino is going to work on so many more people. And of course, it's a Belstaff chino. So it's about as stylish as a motorcycle pant gets. Well, I hope you found that interesting. If you'd like to see more motorcycle chinos, more motorcycle jeans, then visit the website motorlegends.com. If you'd like to learn more about the Belstaff Poplar jean in particular, then if you click on one of the links on the screen, sometimes they're up there, sometimes they're down there, that will take you directly to the dedicated page on the website. And when you're there, you can check out the spec in a little bit more detail, you can check on availability, and obviously if you want to buy a pair of the pants then, you can do that there and then. When you buy from us, we try to make the process as simple, straightforward and risk-free as we possibly can. There's no delivery charge on any item of protective wear, returns are totally free, and what's more, we give you a full 12 months in which to decide whether you do want to return something to us. Now, we have the best price promise in the business. John Lewis was rightly famed for its never knownly undersold price promise, but we go one stage better. If you can find a competitor selling anything that we sell at a price that is lower than ours, we will beat that competitor's price by a full 10%. Now, there are a few terms and conditions associated with what we call our price beat. Nothing particularly onerous, I can assure you, but if you are going to attempt to price beat us, I suggest you visit the website and check out what those terms and conditions are. If in the future you'd like to see bulletins from us about new products, then if you go to the website, at the top of every page, there's a piece of script that says newsletter sign up. Click on that, within seconds you'll be in business. If, however, you prefer to get your information videographically, that's to say in this form, we'd be simply delighted if you wanted to sign up to our YouTube channel, and you can do that by clicking on the button below. Finally, I'd like to make mention of our fabulous little shop here at Motor Legends. We're based about a mile from the centre of Guildford, a mile from the railway station. And as I've suggested, the shop is small, it's got a small footprint, but it's attached to our warehouse where we have more than £4 million worth of stock arranged over 3 floors. And technically that makes this the second largest motorcycle apparel shop in the country. But we'd like to think that we are far more than just the amount of merchandise we have here in the building. We're all about service, we're all about personal fitting. If you want to check us out, visit Trustpilot. We have the highest 5-star ranking in the business. And when you come to see us, we'll serve you only the finest Italian illy coffee, or we'll serve you proper Yorkshire tea in a proper teapot. And who knows, if you're lucky, you might even get to sample one of our delicious motorcycle-shaped shortbread biscuits. Anyway, this has been Chris. I hope to talk to you again soon.